I just literally took a deep breath and I got the taste. There was a taste. Are you kidding me?
It's done.
Trying to be professional, man.
Done. It's gone.
Welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. I'm Mike Neighbors, your host, and we are going to have ourselves a little bit of fun as we head into the weekend. We've assembled a group of fantastic local comics to keep us entertained for the next 40 minutes, and they include Mr. Patrick Capolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. How are you? Also, his eyes are red, but that's the same as every week.
Yeah.
Manolo Santanos.
Tikanis. That means hello in Greek.
Yes, it does.
It's a real word.
Barely. And our special guest comic this week, somebody who's not a stranger to Funny 820. In fact, when Funny 820 launched, we held a contest with Yuck Yucks called So You Think You're Funny. And the winner of So You Think You're Funny is in the studio with us today, Mayce Galoni.
You have to talk, Mace. Don't wave.
Yeah, they can't see you.
Adios. Hello, somewhere.
Somewhere, or is it goodbye?
I don't know.
Okay, one or the other. Mace, good to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
How have things been since we really launched your career?
They've been pretty good.
They've been good.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It was great. You did such a great job when we first launched the station. You won a trip, right? Was it not a trip or something?
Yeah, the prize was a trip to Cuba for two.
That's fantastic. And how was it?
I gave it to my mom and my stepdad.
Oh, well, that's really nice. You really didn't want to go to Cuba that badly.
Not at all. Everything about it. I just the sun and the sand, but I took the $8.20 in prize money.
That was the prize.
Oh, really?
money.
Yeah.
It was. Yes, it was. That's fantastic. That I can see actually looking at your pale skin why you wouldn't want to go near the sun. That's not going to work well for you.
No, it's awful.
Mace, it's great to have you along. We're going to get right into the game. We'll find out more about how things are going in Mace's world as well as in Patrick's.
Did they get laid? Your parents?
No.
I don't know. They've been married for like 6 years now. I think they'll do it soon, probably.
Probably.
I need another trip to Cuba to send them on.
This is why we don't let Manolis ask the follow-up questions. It's always the
You've
same.
met my mom and stepdad.
They're hot.
Yeah, they're happy.
All right, let's get the show back on track, shall we? Friday at 4:20. Here's the game. We have 12 envelopes with random topics in them, official Bell Media envelopes. We have our random wheel of topics, and you will spin the wheel. You will be given a topic that you do not know ahead of time, and then you can start. And as soon as you've started speaking, the other comics can steal your airtime, as it were, as we go around the dial here. Is everybody ready to play?
Yes.
Okay, wow. They are sharp today, kids. Mace, you want to just reach over there or get,
Sure.
Pull the wheel over. Yeah, the wheel's small. It's miniature. Let's see what number comes up there for you. Mace.
4.
Number
But it also
4.
Just the numbers, not the...
Don't worry about the prizes. The wheel's actually used by our other station for giving prizes out on location. So that's why it says like Booster Juice gift card and stuff. Yeah, so,
You don't get anything.
it just substitutes in here when we need it for Friday at 4:20 on Funny 820. This is kind of an interesting topic, I think. I'm really worried about what Manolis might say, but Mace, it's your topic first. Favorite Disney princess?
Favorite Disney princess?
Yeah. Is there one that stands out to you, I mean, for her wholesomeness, her goodness?
I like Mulan.
Mulan, she was fierce.
Yeah, and she was like, I don't know, her story was really cool. She was like the first one I feel like that was like a hero. Not that they're not... she was like tough. And
she wasn't saved by right? I mean,
Yeah.
The other ones always need something, the Prince Charming to come and save them.
Yeah, exactly. I like the idea of a story. I imagine myself as a character who one day can turn into a man also.
That is outstanding. Yes, that's why Mulan is my hero.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Of course, Manolis, his eyes have already glazed over. He has no idea what a Mulan is.
I swear to God,
Do you
I don't.
smoke
Is
it,
it a food?
Eddie Murphy played the voice of the dragon in that one.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was actually very funny.
You don't know Mulan.
I don't know what Moulin is.
No.
Not at
Is that
all.
something Moulin Rouge or something? Is that a thing? Is that what you're talking about?
It's a different movie.
Yeah, no.
Is that what?
nudity
Is there
in
a
the
princess
Disney.
in there?
No.
But there's some good-looking women.
Surely you must have seen Mulan. It was the one where it was I want to say Chinese, but I don't know for sure.
think
It was.
Chinese.
It was Chinese,
You can say
and
Chinese.
she like had to pretend to be a man
She can fight.
so she could fight for her country or for whatever.
Because her father was too old to go to war, and they needed, and they didn't have a son, and so Mulan
So she-
pretended to be a boy so she could go fight.
You don't remember this at all?
Wasn't there a movie like that where it was a girl, Amanda Bynes, where she was playing soccer?
Yeah. Why do you know that?
Yes,
And not
she's like a man.
It was
I think that was what it was called.
Because she's crazy, dude, and I love crazy.
Yeah, I love. So there you go. Amanda Bynes is your favorite Disney princess.
Yes. I was very.
When I asked the question, was there a Disney princess that came to mind?
What's the one? What's the one where the girl's like Sleeping Beauty, where she's got to get a kiss to wake up or something? What was that?
That was, I think, a few of them. I feel
Yeah.
like
Cinderella.
Cinderella or
Beauty
something.
and
Yeah,
Snow White.
I was very uncomfortable with that as a child because I was thought like, yeah, are you sure you're allowed to kiss this chick, man?
She's asleep. I don't know if that's cool. You didn't ask permission.
Yeah.
During the Me Too movement, it's not cool at all to go kiss a sleeping woman.
Yeah, so I'd always just change the channel. You know, I like when the two dogs, their noses touch in with the spaghetti. It was
Lady
a Lady
and the Tramp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was. I like spaghetti.
Nothing to do with the dogs or the romanticism. I like spaghetti.
Yeah.
It's a good scene. Patrick, you have a young daughter. You've probably watched way too many Disney movies.
I've seen them all a million times. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a favorite?
Elsa from Frozen stands out
Oh yeah, well, because you just watched it so many times.
a lot of times, and she's very attractive.
Very, very attractive.
There's a scene though where she where she goes where she breaks bad.
She becomes
Where
a bad person.
Yeah, she builds her. She leaves the town and she builds a castle.
Yeah,
in
the
middle of
ice
nowhere.
castle.
Yeah.
Let
And then
it-
she
let it go.
she lets her
Let
hair
it-
down.
yeah.
She drops part of her dress, and now she's all sexy.
Oh,
Yeah, I bought for tickets.
evil,
for,
sexy, kind of.
I bought tickets for Frozen on Ice that day. Yeah, I brought my daughter the second time.
There's a certain uncomfortableness that comes with men discussing Disney princesses, which I
Sir,
think
you
is
have
how it
to-
found its way into an envelope.
And he's like, "Sir, you have to leave."
like I'm solo.
Yeah.
I just want to see the part where she's bad, and then I'm good. I'm good to go. All right,
Sir, she's taking her clothes off. You can't.
Disney princesses for 100, Alex. What do you say we spin the wheel again, Manola Santonis?
Okay.
You're up to go. Give it a whirl, my friend.
All right, at number 11, dude.
Number 11, dude. All right, I only have envelope number 11. There's no dude on it, but that would have
Dude's in
been
my
a
brain.
giveaway.
This always, this pressure. I always like, what am I gonna? You throw this word at me. I'm like, I don't know. My brain's slow as it is.
It's you know what? We'll give you a couple of minutes with this one. All right?
Commitments, little years.
What makes a poor texter? What makes a poor? So you text a lot. I text a lot. We all text a lot.
Yeah.
What makes somebody who you're conversing with through
me,
text?
literally me.
You're the worst texter.
I'm a worst texter. Pat knows this story. I will, but I also do this. Like when I text people, I finally they fix the phones where you can hit that little mic thing and you just talk into it and it writes out and then you finish. So that's how I text, but. It's still like you listen to the way I'm talking. It's not going to be good.
I'm guessing the spell check is helpful.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I don't even like spell check. There'll be a spell check. They'll be like, I don't know what this word is, dude.
You spelled it so wrong.
He'll use it for everything. Like I'll see him do it for like a long sentence, and then every once in a while he'll read his phone and he'll go doo doo. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like why yes. I was like, I am the worst texter, man. Like I the only times I'm happy about when I think about that I'm not in a relationship is that I know I don't have to do all that extra texting because
That's right. To keep that relationship going.
Yeah, I'm lonely, but at least my fingers are in good shape. But like I have this one text where I actually try to convince this girl that I meet after a show to come home please come home with me. And I'm just throwing things out there like you wouldn't believe. Like, and in a way where like I'm thinking like, why is this girl still talking to me? And Pat read it on stage, like to the audience.
Oh, read the texts.
Yeah,
Oh.
and people love it.
It's so funny.
What was that one part that you said it's your favorite part? Hey,
Oh yeah, it's like 4:50 in the morning. He's still trying to get her to come over, but she hasn't answered in a while. And he says, "Hey, add me on Facebook. I can't find you."
Oh, that was just getting creepy.
Yeah. It goes till like noon the next day.
Have
It's
you
crazy.
never read it on this show?
No.
I feel like it's perfect.
Yeah.
we'll do, I
It
don't
just
know.
takes so much time.
Oh, that is true. It is a long.
Long.
Is this a normal courtship for you?
Yeah.
This is how it works?
It ususually works. I just throw things at the wall and see what sticks. You know?
Oh, wow.
Sometimes usually it's just me that's doing it.
Now it's going to go badly. As soon as you mention anything sticky, it's not going to go well. Patrick, what annoys you about somebody else texting?
Manolas.
Oh, there
No, that's all that comes to mind. My daughter, she's 6. She has a tablet, so she can like iMessage me. And I have easier conversations with her. It's mostly emojis, but
do you use emojis?
Yeah, I use them sometimes.
Sometimes,
they're
yeah?
I call them cartoons, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But they'd be easier than spelling.
Oh, totally, man. I used to remember in high school I actually liked math because I didn't have to spell the numbers. Like I can remember 4. I remember that symbol. I think
if you don't know how to spell for,
I can spell. It's FOR, obviously, but I mean,
I'm just going to leave it at that.
But I always think like you ever see those like Egyptian what do you call
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, hieroglyphics. That'd been great, man. Back then.
Well, that's where we're going. We're going back to, right? I mean, we're going back to the hieroglyphics, to images and symbols that mean everything. That could tell the story or whatever. I don't understand the turkey leg. That's the only emoji I don't understand.
The turkey leg.
Joe, I don't know why you would need Thanksgiving. I guess you'd use it, but I'm not sure where the turkey leg comes in.
You're going to a Renaissance fair? Maybe?
Excellent, Mace. I like that.
Manolis has a habit of making his own emojis.
Oh,
Specifically one, the poo swirl.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, that's real.
That is one of many that he has texted me immediately after coming out.
I've texted me. I don't know why I always text it to you though.
Is it just me?
Well,
that
that
was
was
always an honor.
I do it to everybody, but you're the first one I always text it to. Yeah. If I have a very large bowel movement,
Oh, yes.
I will like it's almost like
You're proud of it.
I'm proud. It's like
Yeah.
a child, and I just before I
It's like,
flush
check
it.
this out.
It's to the point where if you like, there'll be stretches of time where you don't send me one for like months, and I get worried.
We worry about your health.
Yeah, is he keeping regular?
Do you think I only poo when
only text the ones you poo. That's it. He's been constipated now for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. Mace, what do you think about texting? Is there anything that annoys you when people text you?
I don't like to text at all.
Not a fan of texting?
Yeah,
But
and
you're
so-
like a word guy. This is what you do is words, right?
I don't know. I gives me anxiety, like because it's someone that can just like talk to you anytime. So
Right.
it just brings in
Barge
like
into
a
your life
social situation. Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a lot unread.
yeah.
I-
I was just gonna say,
He's the worst.
he's the worst at getting back. You text Mace, he'll reply like 3 months later, but he'll answer your question.
I have 174 unread right now.
my God.
But that's also like a lot of just like, Manolis's movements. So,
That's 70 of them at least.
I can see why they go unread.
yeah.
Just in case it's from Manolis. Unread means you didn't even read it, or you read it but didn't respond.
Didn't open it.
Just didn't even open it?
Yeah. Wow. I know, but it's not.
How did we get you here?
Well, I'll always pick up the phone.
Okay.
Almost always, at least, unless I can't, and I'll like try to respond to the I try to ignore my phone as much as I can, but these guys, I'll try. Like if I see it's them,
Because you're a young man, you are supposed to be adopting this technology. You are supposed to be an early adopter.
I am rejecting it.
Yes.
I don't identify as a millennial. I've decided.
I've decided.
Just right across the board.
Yeah.
What is
Taking the whole thing out.
What is a millennial? What is that? What does that mean?
Well,
Is that a band? What is that?
It's a generation of people, Manolis.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
We're
barely a
supposed to be
person,
good
so
at
I
it.
guess he wouldn't be part of that.
He's an old soul, though. Mayce is an old soul. You can tell when you listen to him talk that he's got an old soul.
He, if you go see his, I don't know about right now, but like half the time in the summertime, you see him like with somewhere in his car. Like I look at him, like, are these your snow tires? It's like, yeah. So he'll use his snow tires in the summer.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just never got around to.
Yeah, he has all seasons. He just can't be
'cause
bothered.
He never read the text from the garage saying it's time to switch your tires. Just ignored that one.
Yeah.
I believe Mayce is an old soul. Manolis is a stone soul. So that's pretty much how it goes. Patrick, your turn to spin the wheel. Here we go. It's Friday at 4:20. Patrick Capolino. We have Manolis Antanos and Mayce Galoni in the studio with us on this Friday. Did that just go like one?
No, I stopped because you were talking.
Oh, I know. Go ahead and let her rip there. It won't drown me out. Trust me.
10.
Here we go.
10.
Number 10. All right. Patrick's topic is number 10 on this Friday at 4:20. I don't know why on a comedy show we would have this topic. Saddest childhood memory. All right, go.
Oh, man.
It's. I think I maybe picked that topic only because I know Manolis has so many to choose from. But Patrick, this is your topic, so just something impactful, something from the childhood. Immediately, if I say childhood memory, you think.
Okay, well, actually, the first thing that came to mind, maybe because you mentioned the Disney princesses.
You
But
can't
I went
say one
to-
of Esther's.
No, I know. I went to Disneyland twice when I was a kid. When I was 6, and again when I was 7. We went 2 years in a row. And because I'm debating even when to bring my daughter there, because I don't know what age is the best when they will remember it. Because I went twice, 6 and 7 years old, and my fondest memory of Disneyland is our last day there. We wanted to go swimming at the hotel, but we couldn't because someone took a dump in the pool.
Was Manolis there?
And that's all I remember about 2 visits to Disneyland.
Isn't that crazy, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, all the cool stuff you saw and the people you met and your memory because of the age.
Yeah.
The most impactful thing, it could be anything.
Yeah, I was seeing a huge turd in the pool.
Oh, wow. Now, that is a sad childhood memory of 2 years at Disney. Some kids never get to go to Disney.
I know.
You got to go twice, and all you remember is someone left a floater in Mickey's pool. Wow. Manolis, dare we ask, saddest childhood memory?
I think I have many of them. One time, I remember one time I was like, I'm more of a teenager. I went to Disneyland and I went swimming, but no. When I was, it's weird because I can remember vividly like everything that happened to me, like up to kindergarten. Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, like so I was in kindergarten.
Up to, so not after.
up to, yeah.
Everything after that is a mess.
After kindergarten, it's just a daze.
So you started smoking weed then.
Yeah, well, I was selling it. I was no, but before kindergarten, I can't remember anything. But I was just as soon as I started going to school, I started just had vivid memories of all. And so I had this teacher in kindergarten, and she hated me. I just knew she hated me, and because she just the way she acted towards me. And then one time it was story time. We're sitting on the carpet like you do, and she was reading us a book. And where I was sitting in the group of kids, there was a bookshelf right beside me with all the books, and I was bored. So I was just flicking my finger on the book like that, just like that. But I guess kind of making that noise, like a ching, ching, ching. But not. I wasn't trying to be disruptive. And then out of nowhere, I felt something hit my face, and it was her hitting my cheek with her finger, same way I was hitting the book. She's like, dish, 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 like 4 times. And I looked at her. I'm in kindergarten. Okay, I'm a child. And I'm like, this woman's hitting my face with her fingers. And I looked at her in shock. And this is what she said. I'll never forget. She goes, how do you think the book feels?
Wow. Like the book has feelings.
Yeah, that's all I thought. Well, at that point, I'm like, books have feelings, I guess.
That's why you never learned to read, because
Yeah.
you didn't even want to bother touching
That was it, man. After that day, I'm like, books
I'm
are
not
bad.
gonna open that book without its consent.
No, I'm
What
not
is it,
gonna
a Disney
abuse it.
princess?
Yeah,
Terrible.
hashtag me too, man. I'm not touching that book.
I'm not going near that book. That's fascinating, and that stuck with you.
Oh, it stuck with me. Like, yeah, like even after that, everything she did that year, it was like she was so mean to me. Like, I was convinced that I thought she wanted to kill me. And like, because she already assaulted me, and it was like we had pancake
that's
day.
crazy.
You know, did you ever have
Sure,
pancake?
yeah. Pancake Tuesday.
So obviously I'm an idiot. So like,
Did she say, "Don't eat the pancakes"? How does that pancake feel?
yeah, she gave me pancakes. I got pancakes from someone else, and then I went to the next part. Like it was like a cafeteria. Like we're all in line with my tray, and she says to me, "Do you want any syrup?" And I'm like, I know what syrup is, but I didn't know it was called syrup. And I'm like, I thought I'm in kindergarten. I'm like, so I was like, oh. I thought she was offering me poison. I look at her and I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I literally said that. I'm fine. Thank you. I'll have none of your fancy words here. Syrup, whatever this syrup is, I want nothing to do. Whatever syrup is, it's going to kill me, right? So I walk away. I sit down. I'm about to eat my pancakes, and I see my buddy in front of me, and I go, "What's that liquid stuff on your on the circle thing? Like the I probably didn't know it was called pancakes, right? What is that shiny stuff?" And he goes, "It's syrup." And I'm like, damn it. So I was like, syrup. That's what syrup is. That.
I love syrup.
I love it. And I couldn't go back. I swear to God, I sat there and I ate dry pancakes because I couldn't go back and talk to her because I knew she'd be like, why would you, like.
Right.
Like,
Oh, sure. She would embarrass you.
Yeah. Are you?
Yes.
Yeah. She would probably hit me with pancakes, throw them at my face or something.
When you had syrup, say, I don't know, at your house or whatever, what did your parents call it?
Oh, we had
You
beer.
know?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like pancake juice or something? Or what, you guys have a name for
That
it?
makes some sense. Pancake juice. For me, it's the picture of what's that woman with the bandana with the
Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, that's what syrup was to me.
So you called it Aunt Jemima.
Jemima.
Yeah, give me the Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, if she would have said Aunt Jemima, I would be like, for sure, dude.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Well, that is, it qualifies certainly as a sad memory. Multiple sad memories there. So thank you for.
I got
you may have overshared on that one.
I'll give you more later,
I'm
another day.
sure
There's
you
so much
will.
on kindergarten, dude.
I feel like sad childhood memories is just all of our comedy acts.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Hey, some of that comes in. Mayce, when I said saddest childhood memory, what bounces into your mind?
Well, there's one that's not. I mean, it's not particularly sad. I was really sad in it, but it was my earliest memory was at like some family thing with like my mom's cousins, and there's one of them that was a magician, and so he showed me a few magic tricks, and he had like this handkerchief, and I was probably about like 4 years old or something, and then I at some point in front of everybody said, "I'll do a magic trick." And so everybody just he knows
a magic trick. This is going to be cool.
yeah, or just entertained. And
Yeah.
so what I did was I took the handkerchief and I put it over this guy's face, and then I punched him in the face. And everybody was so mad at me. And I remember being so shocked that they didn't think it was genius.
This is
And funny
hilarious.
that from that moment, I think I became really shy because I don't remember talking for the rest of my childhood.
I clammed you right up.
Yeah.
Although the beginnings, honestly, of your comedy career.
Yes,
Right there.
I became I also became a magician, so I feel that I was cursed when I
were
punched
cursed.
him.
That is awesome. Mayce, we are back around to you. This is Friday at 4:20. Go ahead and spin the wheel. Friday at 4:20. Mayce Galoni, our special guest comic, the original winner of So You Think You're Funny, launching Funny 820 some 6 years ago. That was 6 years ago, Mayce.
Wow,
Can you believe that?
Yeah,
I know, 6 years ago that you won the contest with Funny 820.
that was great. Manolis headlined that show, and it was awesome. I remember
He did. Patrick helped us out with some of the pre-qualifying rounds,
Yeah.
and you guys were all part of that original run.
Do you remember when you laid on the couch?
Yeah,
for your-
I remember. I don't know how long. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I remember there was a couch and I was lying on it.
There was a couch and you were lying, and I remember thinking you're the only comedian in the world that I think could pull off doing stand-up comedy laying down on stage. It was amazing.
Yeah, you were just riffing, and you just all of a sudden saw the couch and went, yeah. I'm gonna lay down on it.
Couches are like they're just like they have that thing like sit on me, you know? Or
Oh, they do really. They do for
they
all
really
of us.
want my attention. I feel.
Mace, what number did you roll up there?
Number 8.
Number 8. Number 8. Our topic for Mace, number 8 on Friday at 4:20 is couches. No, it's not. It would have been perfect if it. This, another sad, actually, but it doesn't have to be sad. The last one didn't try to be that sad. It's just more embarrassing for all of you. Brush with death. Have you ever had a brush with death? This was inspired by the story Manolis was telling just before we went on the air here. He was telling a story where he was there was a fire and everything, and so I just thought, okay,
yeah.
have you had a brush with death, or at least what you appear to believe is a brush with death?
Well, I when I was 15, I was quarantined for like a week in the hospital.
What was wrong?
Well, my family and I had just went to Egypt, and we at some point I somehow ingested human poo. Like a part bacteria from human poo.
Was Manolis there?
Yeah,
This keeps coming back, man. This is a terrible episode.
It's through the picture he got it. That's how potent I am, man.
So you ingested some fecal matter, we would call it.
Yeah.
And then you got you sick, obviously.
Yeah, and then it was like when I went to school that Monday, everybody was like, "You look yellow," and then I didn't believe it. I thought they were just like making fun of me or something.
You felt fine?
I felt fine. I was sick like the day before that. I had like what I thought was just like a bad stomach ache, and I puked. But that day I felt like better, you know. And then everybody's like, "You look yellow," and your eye. And so I went to the bathroom at lunch. I didn't even like check for the whole half the day. And then at lunch I went pee, and then I went to wash my hands, and I was like bright yellow, and my eyes were yellow.
Oh, wow.
And I had peed red. That probably was when I really
realized something's not right.
And then I called my mom, and she took me to the hospital. And then it started out with like in the emergency room, and they take you to one room, and they're like, "Well, just come maybe into this other room." And then they pull you into another room, and then they pull into a room that clearly is like airlocked. And they're like, "You're going to be here for a little while
because you're sick, and you've been to Egypt. Now they've ascertained you've been to Egypt, so now they immediately go, okay, we got to."
Yeah, so it actually wasn't anything too bad. Like they gave me some like whatever.
Antibiotics.
Yeah, and then it went away after like a week, but because it was foreign, they had to keep me in that room away from the other kids.
Crazy. So now, at the top of the show, you said you didn't go to Cuba because you don't like the sun. It's pretty sunny in Egypt. Don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I did not like it. That was when that might have been when I was like, I'm not going to travel. Traveling is horrible.
Travel. That's staying put.
Yeah,
absolutely. That is that's that is I would call that a brush with death, because in your mind, as you're being quarantined, you're thinking, holy crap, there's a good chance I could die here.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I would have thought that right away.
Yeah.
You thought your teacher was trying to poison you with syrup.
Yes.
So I'm guessing the leap to I'm going to die isn't too far for you.
No, it's not.
What is your brush with death, Manolis?
The only thing that popped in my head right at this moment, I was driving home from Toronto. I got onto the Gardiner Expressway. I was by myself. I got up to 100, and all of a sudden I just looked in my rearview mirror for some reason, and I saw a car that was coming up behind me that was definitely going like probably $160 maybe, but it was going through the cars, like weaving all through the cars, like the Fast and Furious doing his thing. And I knew what he's going. He was going up to the right. He was going to go between a car behind me and me, and then go around me to the left. I knew what he was trying to do. But he was going too fast to try to get through us. Like, there was enough space. He was just going too fast. Right. So instead of going through us, he drove his car right into me. So he's like he was like $160, and I'm about $110 maybe at the most. Or just because I just got on the Gardiner, and my car, I had a Mazda Protege 5 at the time, and the whole trunk was like, after the accident, when I looked at it, was completely gone. Like, there was nothing left of the back of the car up to the back tire. One of the tires all gone. So my car hits me, and the car goes does a 360, and then what's half of the 360?
180.
So I do a 360, like going goes around, and I go around halfway one more time, and the car just goes like that, and my back end stops right a foot away from the wall. Where if I kept going, I would have went over the Gardiner.
It just would have flipped right over.
Flipped right over, and And I remember the amazing part to me was like, because I remember as you're spinning, you think it would be really fast, but I just remember everything slow motion, right?
Wow.
And I said to myself, all I said to myself was like, I go, oh man, I don't got time for this. That's all I said to myself as I'm spinning. And he goes,
I got places to be.
right? And then the ambulance shows up first, looks at me, sees that I'm standing, but looks at me, looks at my car, and all he says to me, he goes, "You should be dead." That's all he said, and leaves. That's all he does. And this girl goes to me, this other woman that was a witness, she goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And then the cop shows up, and he says to me, he starts asking me, he goes, "Are you drunk?" I'm like, "Dude," I almost died, man. Am I acting weird? Am I acting kind of weird right now for you? Is that what's happening? Do you want to? I'll do a breathalyzer. Do you want to do a breathalyzer? Is that what? I'm like,
bring it on, man.
Let's do it, man. I'm sorry, I'm not acting normal after almost dying in a car crash.
You're all hepped up, man.
Yeah, and he goes, "Okay, all right, all right." He's like, that's how he said it to me. "Okay, all right," and he leaves. And I'm like. And that was it. That's my brush with death.
That was a true brush with death. If A, you had slow motion stuff happening.
Yeah, so that happens, right?
And then B, if somebody comes up after and said you should be dead. I think that's a true brush with death.
But
not to disdain what you did there. That was
then they quarantined me.
I got quarantined. I had the stomach flu.
Were you drunk?
No, no.
I had to ask.
Here's the thing with me: if you ever ask me if I'm drunk or high or anything, odds are that I'm sober. That's the weird part. If I'm drunk, if I'm really drunk or something like the one, people are always like for some reason I seem more normal when if I'm actually messed up. I swear to God, I got pulled out of class one time in grade 12 because I went to the guidance counselor that was right beside my class, and I just it was almost 9 o'clock ago. She goes, "Can I help you?" I'm like, hang on. You know what? I got to go. And I left. And then the next thing you know, the principal pulls me out of class and asks, he says, guidance counselor says, or the secretary for the guidance counselor says, "You're obviously high. We just want to know where you got the drugs." And I'm like, I didn't do drugs at the time, right? I was in grade 12, but I wasn't trying any drugs yet. But I'm like, I didn't know. I was like, I don't know where to get drugs. I thought he was trying to ask me where to get drugs. Like I thought he wanted drugs.
You're like, sorry, dude, I don't have any.
I'm like, I know there's a bunch of dudes that hang out at near the arcade in Eastgate and the food court. I think they have drugs. That's all he said. I remember saying that.
You went to the guidance counselor. The principal then pulls you out of class, asks you where to get drugs, and then you think, "Oh, that's what I should do with my career."
Yes, I should start selling drugs. But it's like, well, the way he asked me, I just thought he was like, "Where'd you get the drugs?" Like he made it seem like he wanted something.
Yeah, what are you looking for, dude?
Yeah, what do you want, man?
But it is a little bit of that that indecision that you have that leads people to believe that you might be inebriated in some fashion,
which is fine. But it just doesn't help me a lot.
It doesn't. Never very helpful. Patrick Coppolino.
Brush with death?
You ever have a brush with death, my friend?
Well, I'm a hypochondriac. I think I've mentioned this before. No, like anything
really
that's wrong
helpful.
with me, I Google it. So I've had all kinds of fatal diseases for a couple days.
Awesome.
Like legit, it feels like I have it and I'm dying.
And you should have.
Yeah.
The way you live your life.
Googling symptoms is a really tricky business, brother.
Yeah.
As you
it's
have
the
found
worst.
out, right?
Yeah. I still do it, but
Well, you can't help yourself.
I don't. I've had a similar thing though, like him, like with the car. I spun out like in the middle of the winter on a highway. I think it was coming back from Burlington. It was like right after the Skyway or something. Same thing though. Did a 180. It was just me and a van that were on the road, and then I started swerving, and I couldn't fix it, and then I started spinning. I remember the slow mo part was when I went in front of him. I'm now facing him. He's facing me, and I just like slid past him.
And it just doesn't seem like it's
and then
moving
I
at all.
slammed
Yeah.
into the guardrail. But that's
That's a nothing story. How
Wait, you know what?
about your balcony?
Oh, okay. That was.
There's tell
Excellent.
this. You have that story in your back pocket. And you're talking about this little
I
car
forgot about
accident.
that.
Tell that story.
When I was accused of being a dangler, a balcony dangler.
Really?
No, we got very drunk one night, and we went to our buddies. Yeah,
What was the only
What was
night?
that? 30 or
it was like the 34th floor of some building
Downtown?
downtown, and it was really high up. Like it was
Airport Dave's place?
Airport Dave's place.
That is really high up. 34 stories. No,
Yeah.
34
High.
stories is really high.
Super
Yeah.
high.
And at one point, I don't know, I was just really drunk, and I thought it would be fun to hang off his balcony. So I did it, but I was
34 floors.
yeah,
Huh?
Yeah.
I was out there by myself though, and I just like climbed over and I just hung. I was hanging there, and then at one point I let go of one hand, so now I'm hanging by one
Wow.
hand. And then our buddy runs out. He sees me. He panics and runs in to grab him.
Zach
Zach McDonald.
He goes to the bottom rail. You know, like there's two rail. Like when you're
Yeah.
at the balcony, there's the bars this way, and then there's the bar goes top and the bar
and the one at the bottom.
He's on the bottom one,
Hanging from the bottom rail.
one with both hands. And then when I go there, Zach comes out into the apartment and goes, Manolis, come out of the balcony right now. I'm like, what? And I go look, and I look outside, and I see Pat hanging there with both hands. And then he lets go of one hand, and his feet, because we're 34
Yes.
right? His feet go like this.
They're now swinging.
Out
Yes.
on like a kite, just out on, and he's like holding on by one hand. And I look at him and I'm like, hey, I go like this. I go, hey, dude.
Best Manolis
He doesn't
entrance
want
ever.
to. He doesn't want to startle.
Doesn't
them.
want to spook you. Yeah.
So I just slowly put my hands through both and grab like his arm, and I just hold on. I don't know what else to do. Thank God, because I don't think I would have been able to pull him up. Jave Charles goes over the balcony again, grabs his from the back of his shirt. We start just pulling him up, and then we just pull over. And then I hyperventilated for.
You weren't the one hanging off the balcony.
I was fine.
He was fine. I don't even think he knew what he did. Like he barely cared. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't. He's like, I don't understand why you're so mad, dude.
Zach was pissed too. He left.
Yeah, Zach. Well, yeah, he was upset.
That definitely qualifies as a brush with death, even if you brushed it yourself. So,
It's a-
Well, and he got rewarded as a hero that night.
There was a girl there that was impressed with what I did, and we ended up
wow.
spending some time in the bathroom together.
That's fantastic. As you showed her your emoji.
And I think Zach left because Zach liked the girl.
Now the truth comes out.
So he ended up just jumping over the balcony and cut himself.
And that's the story of Zach McDonald. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Now every time you two are at a party and Manolis wants to get laid,
I have to hang off that balcony.
This is the balcony trick.
it's a first floor apartment. Manolis.
That is the best wingman ever. Like a true wingman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Help you out, bud.
I tell you though, I've been through a lot, and that's the one thing that's freaking me out more than anything.
Yeah.
I'm not good with. I can handle heights, but I don't like heights. And this the visual of him hanging by one arm, and his feet just going with the wind behind him because we're so high up. It was just I couldn't. My brain couldn't deal with it.
The last word goes to Patrick because this is what everybody driving in their car listening right now is thinking: is what the hell were you thinking? Do you know? Do you have a recollection of what you were thinking when you were doing it?
I think I just thought it. I think maybe part of me thought it would be funny for them to find me hanging on balcony. There was no. I was
Classic comedian. Anything for the joke.
I was having a great time. I don't remember there being any particular reason why I did it. I was just drunk.
You were just drunk and thought this would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
See, and you obviously didn't have your hypochondria hadn't kicked in.
Oh,
you didn't
no.
have any fear
and
of
that's
your
the
own
thing.
demise.
Looking back on that story, that's why I completely forgot it. I would never do that now.
Never.
Like it would freak me out. Yeah.
That would freak everybody out in the room.
It's so close to the idea of just it all being over. Because if he just like for some
Slipped.
all of a sudden he just let
There's
go
a
of both
guaranteed
hands.
it
no
would
Because
chance.
he let go of one arm. Which blew my mind. He did that part in front of me, like he's holding, and he lets go of the one. He's like you think he's like he's water skiing, and like watch this one arm, dude.
Oh, it was so close to all being over, but Friday at 4:20 is. That's it, guys. We've had another great run. Thank you so much. Patrick Coppolino, Manolis Santanos, always here on our panel, and our special guest comic this week has been Mayce Galoni. Mayce, it's been awesome catching up with you.
Thank you very much for having me. This was great.
You know what? Thanks for being on the show, and we'll let people know where you're playing, and hopefully they'll go out and see Mayce Galoni perform because you do an awesome job, brother.
Thank you very much. Do I say?
No.
Okay, sorry.
No, you hang on to it.
Okay.
Because, this isn't going to air for several months.
Cool.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone for listening to our little show Friday at 4:20. Don't forget you can visit funny820.com. Click on the shows tab and you can find previous editions of Friday at 4:20 for your listening pleasure. Have a fabulous weekend and we look forward to talking to you again in 7 days. I'm Mike Neighbors for Funny 820.